Explicit Gaming.
Hey, what's going on guys, Calvaryn here, and I am back from my holiday in Fiji to bring you Science Sundays. Finally, I've missed it. I really enjoyed making Science Sundays. I enjoy doing the research, and I then enjoy talking about it afterwards. If you don't know what Science Sundays is, it's where I talk about something about science, mainly stuff to do with space, because that's what I find most interesting. And quickly before I start, big thanks to OB and Drebin for actually taking over the series and keeping it going while I was away. I appreciate that a lot. And in the background you are watching some Killzone 3. Again, I'm really psyched for Killzone 4 or Killzone Shadowfall. It looks absolutely brilliant and I can't wait to play it. But yeah, so I went on holiday for 4 weeks. It's brilliant, and now I'm back. And I'm doing this again, which is awesome. So what I'm going to talk about today is the ancient aliens theory, otherwise known as ancient astronaut theory. And people who believe in this theory are called ancient astronaut theorists, I believe. And one of the guys who believes in this is, I don't know what his name is, but I'm sure you've all seen the meme. The alien guy, where he's like, for example, can't find pants, aliens, that guy, with the crazy hair and the weird looking face. He's an ancient astronaut theorist, and he's, I don't know, in my opinion he sort of gives them a bad name because he goes like all out crazy. You know, there's different, there's different sort of lengths to how far this theory goes. You know, some people just believe that maybe we were visited by aliens once. Oh, I haven't even explained what the theory is. The theory is that aliens once visited the planet ages ago, and they, you know, some people believe that they wiped out the dinosaurs so that humans could be put there. They believe that aliens created humans. They believe that the Earth was created by aliens. Whereas I just believe that we were visited by them and that they were misinterpreted as gods. And I know that might sound crazy to people who don't believe in that stuff, but there's evidence and stuff to say that, to back up the theory that aliens visited us and that they helped us create things and stuff. And one example of evidence is the Nazca lines. Basically, on a high plateau in the Nazca Desert, there is a series of ancient drawings, designs in the ground, so it's like massive pathways, and they stretch for more than 50 miles. And this has baffled archaeologists for ages. And basically, it's just a series of simple lines and shapes, but they also include drawings of animals, birds, and humans. And some of them are more than 600 feet across, which is massive. And because of how big they are, they can only be seen from high up in the air. And as far as we know, there is no evidence of the people who lived in Nazca having, flying machines in 300 BC and 800 AD. So basically what ancient astronaut theorists believe is that these drawings, these figures, were used to guide spaceships as they came in for landing, and the lines served as sort of runways, which to people who really don't believe this sort of thing, they're gonna find stupid. But there's no real other explanation for it, because they would have been drawing these animals and birds, and I'm going to put pictures up in the video, drawing these animals and birds, but they wouldn't have been able to see them, so I must have had someone or something to tell them whether it looks right, to tell them whether, they've got it right, but I don't know. Another big one is that these things are called Vimanas, and basically, I'm going to have to read this off a website because It says here, many Sanskrit epics, I don't know what that means, which were written in India more than 2 millennia ago, contain references to mythical flying machines called Vimanas. And basically these machines were written in Sanskrit epics, which I suppose are like books and stuff, mythical flying machines called Vimanas. And basically Vimanas point, like, the description of it has similarities to people who have seen UFOs and stuff, and they think that that the aliens used to visit India and stuff. That's another thing. But one of the biggest pieces of evidence to support the ancient alien theory is Puma Punko, which is really, really fascinating. Basically, it's located in the Bolivian highlands, and what it is Puma Punko is a field of stone ruins scattered with giant, like, really finely carved blocks, and they've got such precise, like 90-degree angles, such precise workmanship on a massive scale, and something like that would have been impossible without modern tools and machines such as drills, and like lasers, maybe stuff like that. Yet the ruins are more than 1,000 years old. So how did people 1,000 years ago have the technology to make such fine stone carvings and workmanship? And ancient alien theorists believe that extraterrestrials with advanced engineering techniques created the site or advised the people how to build it. And basically, a really fascinating thing about this is that right next to Puma Punku there is another set of ruins which was created by people. Some people believe that the other one was as well, but this one, the workmanship isn't as good. It's very close to Puma Punko, but it isn't as good. You don't have these crisp 90-degree angles, and there's lots of faces in the wall. And basically, it's got every single different type of sort of race that you could have. You've got the wider nose, the big brows, the bigger lips. Each different face is completely different and looks like a different race. Whereas in that time, these people wouldn't have gone around they wouldn't have gone around travelling to different countries like this, like all over the world to see these different faces and carve them. And there's one face in particular that looks a lot like an alien face, sort of, the grey aliens with the big black eyes. It looks just like that, and I couldn't find a picture of it, unfortunately, but it does look like it. And it's really weird how it's sort of it's just strange. But there's no way that they could have, in Puma Punko, they couldn't have done such fine carvings and stone cutting without modern tools. Another piece of evidence is called the Book of Ezekiel, and the Book of Ezekiel is part of the Hebrew Bible, and basically a prophet in it, he has a vision of a flying vessel accompanied by fire and smoke and a loud noise. And some ancient alien theorists have argued that the vehicle's design is the same as that of a modern spaceship. Rather than like divine intervention, it's people believe that it's actually a first encounter with aliens. That I don't believe as much, but there's lots of stuff like that. Another one is that in the Quran, I can't remember what it is, but there's this part in it where it describes a big flying bird that does stuff. I can't remember any of this. I'm sorry if you believe in I can't even remember what religion it is that has the Quran. Is it Muslim? Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't hate on me if I'm wrong. But basically, it says that the wings are made of metal. So metal spaceship, maybe. I don't know. There's other stuff as well, like all the stuff about angels and gods. Ancient astronaut theorists, like almost 100% of them, believe that gods were actually aliens who visited us, and then the only way we could explain it is by saying that, they're gods. And yeah, angels and stuff, it says that they come down a big beam of light, or they're brought down in a big metal ball or something like that. There's loads of stuff in all these holy books that point to alien encounters, and it's really extremely interesting. If you haven't seen this program before, called Ancient Aliens, on the Discovery Channel in England, and no, it's on History Channel, sorry. It's an American TV show. It's really interesting. Some of them are a bit crazy, like, oh, dinosaurs were wiped out by aliens so that humans could be created. I don't believe that. I believe that pyramids and stuff were made with the help of aliens. Maybe not by them completely, but with the help of them, because I just don't see how humans could have built something like that in the time that they were built. In a minute the gameplay is going to really mess up quite a lot, and I'm sorry about that, but I don't know what, but it doesn't matter. Anyway guys, so basically that's the ancient astronaut theory. Tell me what you think in the comments if you want to, because some people think it's just crazy talk, that the people who believe in this stuff are absolutely mental, whereas I believe that, well, with me, every theory you have to sort of take a look at. You have to give it a chance. And when I was young, when I was really young, I was very, very interested in space, and obviously space includes aliens. And I watched a lot of Star Wars, so aliens were really cool. And yeah, so when my dad was telling me about how some people believe that the pyramids were made by aliens and stuff, I was like, oh, really? Awesome. And then I started watching this program, and it sort of really turned me over to believing in the ancient alien theory. And there's a lot of evidence to support it all. So that's the only reason why I believe it. If there wasn't any evidence and it was just like, oh yeah, they created it, but there's evidence saying that humans did have these tools, then if someone found a flying machine in Nazca, is it? In Nazca? A bit like NASCAR, isn't it? In Nazca, I think, oh, well, maybe, maybe they did build it for themselves, or something. I don't know. If there was some, like, amazing historical discovery that sort of made everything back then, like, the technological standard just fly upwards, maybe, I wouldn't believe in it anymore. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and I will speak to you in the next episode.